my second issue is with the, as Teo kind of said, I find the idea that there's actually two different ideas here in this kind of quote. There's the "this is too hard," or there's the "I don't like this," and those are two entirely different reasons for wanting to quit. And to kind of put that into more context is the Facebook commentary. Like the next comment I read immediately under this was something along the lines of a mother saying, I tell my boys that if they don't do this, then they can choose to live in another house or not eat dinner. there's there's some sort of hostility there, but they're like, but everyone just kind of sees this as don't quit. And I think in society right now, the idea of not quitting something is quite a strong social force. I almost see the idea of telling of people not quitting, or as I said another way, hustling, as almost as much as I see very, very left-wing ideologies fight Jordan Peterson.
Now, I just want to say, like, I think that encouraging people not to quit is much better than coercing people through, like, essentially torture. Like, a mom shouldn't withhold food or like shelter. That's a bit insane. But I think that if someone's having like a tough time at a sport or something like that, and they're saying like, I don't like it, you should probably try to get to the reason why they don't like it. And then you can kind of identify maybe other things that they don't like, and then apply that towards maybe where you go to choose the next thing you want to put your kid into. Right. Because this kind of is along the in the vein of like how to raise your kid, it seems. And so like, don't force your kid if they're crying and screaming, getting into the car to go to hockey practice at 6 a.m. Don't force that on them. Find something else that might be a bit more appropriate, and try to use that opportunity to identify what about that specific sport was wrong? What about that specific activity? Why is it that they didn't enjoy hockey? Well, maybe it's not hockey. Maybe it's the fact that it's at 6 a.m., right? So there's a lot of things that it's a simplification to just say, don't quit anything, because you can use these to identify and better go forward with how you're going to find an activity to do. Because I really think the idea of perseverance is important, but only if it's something that makes sense with who you are, right? If it does jive with your goals as a person, if those two things can't be squared, then there's not really a point of undertaking this activity, right? So at some point you have to use this almost diagnostically.
Right. It's like an opportunity to learn. When you if you're like you said, if you're driving your kid at 6 a.m. to hockey practice and they're crying, instead of just trying to force them not to be a quitter, which is a very vague and broad value to try and inculcate in a kid, you can take it as an opportunity for them to reflect on why are you crying? What about this don't you like? What would you like to do instead? Why?
Sleep. I'd rather sleep.
Right. Yeah. Just think about it and facilitate them better understanding who they are and your understanding of the person that they're becoming.